we made it finally. So this is us leaving. We left from Houston Airport on Thursday. I had 14 bags. I had to get an extra bag. Ended up being 15 bags. That 15 bag was free. I ended up paying $1,350. I spent an hour and a half distributing bags. It was just a crazy experience. I had to sit on the floor, and my bags was like overweight by like 10 pounds each. So by the time I ended up distributing it, my second bag was overweight as well. But I paid the overage fees, and it, like I said, ended up to be $1,350. I had to get 2 Ubers to get my bags there. But we did fly with British Airlines. It was a vibe. They were really good. They had some really good food. I wasn't really a fan of the yogurt, but I mean, whatever. I also had to get my little wine. I was watching my Wicked. The food, like I said, the quinoa was, it was okay. But yeah, again, back to my wine. Had to get my wine because, yes, with everything going on, I had to relax my mind while I was on that plane. Finally got to see Wicked because I will not pay for something that is a musical that is in the movies. But hey, free, will do all day long. Actually, it was a really good movie. Had a really good ending. Now I'm like, oh, I want to see part 2. I want to see how things went. But this is us landing into London Heathrow. Hey, London Heathrow was crazy. So we had to get on a bus from the terminal. We walked down the little aisle, got on the bus, rode to the terminals, went through security check. We had to go through another security checkpoint. We went through the security checkpoint. We had to take our stuff, all of our little liquids out and put them in a little baggie. And then we had to have them separated from the rest of our items. And I'm all like talking to my son, like, you ain't had nothing extra in there. You didn't. I ended up having to get my stuff swabbed, whatever. So, but beautiful airport otherwise. Then we ended up getting on our flight to Albania, to Tirana. And then we have, look at my little son. He's so handsome. So here is our like a view. It was a beautiful view on our way to Albania. Me trying to do a little bit of work, start working on my YouTube, and then we ended up landing in Tirana. When we got there, one of my bags was lost, but the airport did deliver the bag back to me, but I did lose one of my bags. I kept trying to get money, couldn't figure out why I couldn't get money. Didn't realize that it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, trying to get in contact with my bank, like what's going on. Eventually I just had a couple of euros on me already, so I just left. We are on our way from Tirana to our new apartment at this point. Tirana is a little, but they said some nice areas in there, but I guess from what I've seen, it was just looking rough. And then we finally get to our apartment. So my realtor was waiting there for me so we can go inside of the apartment. The apartment is very spacious. It's very beautiful. The architecture inside of it is amazing. And I'll show you guys the architecture. But it's nice, beautiful, spacious. It came already furnished. The landlord bought a TV the next day when we did our lease signing. Ooh, my little button outside. I don't have my name on there yet. But the next morning, I did get up. I did decide I wanted to do a walk and try to explore a little bit. My apartment is 2 walking minutes from the beach. Went out there. It was a great, nice, cute vibe. You can see like the little area, the palm trees, the whole beauty, the aesthetic of it is amazing. It's very beautiful out here. I had a guy, he was standing outside and he was trying to teach me how to say good morning, and he said like good morning is Miriam Jez. And so he doesn't speak any English, but he kept like getting me to say it over and over again until I pronounced it correctly. We have a veggie stand under our apartment, and then also we have a supermarket and a bakery. Yay! So then the next day we had to get up and go sign for the lease. We did the lease signing with the realtor, and that is my landlord right there, you guys, with the satchel on and the blue coat. We ended up not signing here, but I did get my lease signed. It got notarized. I have it for my attorney for the for my residency, and then he's also going to register my business. I had to do a power of attorney. This was the first time we went out to go grocery shopping and get our little extra stuff. So this actually cost me getting like some of those things. These things actually cost me about I would say around like $200 for me to get all of like the groceries and everything, little small things that I needed to get. Then I went to a place called Yeast as well and got some stuff from there. So my stuff at Yeast was like, I had to get like new pillows and stuff like that, some hangers, and I still need stuff. And then I went to a place called Neptune, and I'll also show you about like how Neptune is in a second. But I want to show you me and my baby's first night out eating dinner. We had shrimp for him, and then my little round things on there, those are meatballs. They were actually good, and it's at a place called Memba, and that's very well known out here. So now I'm gonna show you guys my car. So I wanted to show you guys when I was gonna actually get the car, but I overslept. The time change has me bunk right now, and I'm like still trying to catch up. But that blue car right there is my little blue car. That is a Chevy Aveo. It is a manual transmission. Look at the keys. Hey. So this is me getting in my car, and that is my apartment building right there. Ooh, super cute. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to drive a manual transmission, but I did get in there. I didn't stall out at all, but I did kind of run. Like, was a little hard on the clutch the first 1 or 2 times, but after a while, I got it and I'm good. Now I'm like riding the bike. This is my apartment. This is how it looks like, me trying to like get everything out. It's clean now. This is Neptune. This is where I got my appliances from. I got an air fryer and all that stuff. And then this is me eating at a Mexican restaurant. So don't be like, when they say Mexican, it's Mexican Mediterranean. It tastes very Mediterranean. I mean, it was food good. The food is absolutely great out here, but it was. And then you see the receipt for 28,000 Lex, which is equivalent to about $30 US. But it was a good experience. The hostess was nice. On my way back, I got deboed by this kid. So this little 6-7-year-old came up, asked for money, blowing me kisses. I mean, not money, for food, blowing me kisses and stuff. And I felt bad. And I was going to go home and get him some food. So you see him, look at him, try to take my bag out of my, look, he tried to take my bag and run with it. I was like, what? And I was so, like, I was like, oh my God. And I was actually on the phone with my sister when that was going on. I'm like, what the world? But anyways, look at this view. It is absolutely stunning. This is me on my way home. So the next day I go out and I do a wine tasting. The wine tasting was actually wonderful. We stopped to get some authentic ice cream. The ice cream was good. And if you know me, you know I am not a sweets person. I do not like sweets. I went ahead with it and I was like, let me get this. He was showing me this little sponge cake thing, which I would never eat because I'm not doing cake. But I did try the ice cream. The ice cream was absolutely amazing. So during this ride right here, he was talking to me about, everything, and telling me more about the Albanian culture and how things were. And I meant to have it like so that you guys can hear it, and I accidentally muted it. So my bad. I will try to relay this as much as I can and as good as I can. As far as like the culture goes, he was saying that it's this drink called Rocky, which I ended up tasting at some point. And the Rocky is actually their traditional drink. So when someone comes into your home, you're supposed to serve them a shot of Rocky. And in return, when you're serving it, instead of like us, we kind of like praise ourselves and say, I wish this, I wish this. So you wish good for them. So you say, I wish you good health, I wish you peace, I wish you serenity, whatever you want to say. For every one shot that you drink for them, they are supposed to show their respect and give 2 shots and give you 2 wishes or in AKA blessings back in return. So yeah, could you just imagine being someone's guest and they get to stay home and they only have to take 1 shot, but you got to take 2 and drive home? Yeah. So they said traditionally they do like 2 shots and then the other person does 4. And if you're a woman, then you could do 1-on-1 because they said they don't expect women to be able to retain alcohol like a man. So they don't know the women in America because we apparently outdrink the men. Whatever. But so he gave me a lot of information about the culture, and he was saying how tourism opened up in some of the areas and how a lot of Americans have been coming there. They have a lot of American expats there, how they have now all kind of like learning the language and learning how to speak English, and mostly everywhere I go, they speak English. A lot of people don't speak, when they're out and about, they speak ship, but if they see that you're an American, they do. This was my actual tour guide at the vineyard, and she was amazing. She was showing me different, the different plants, and then these are different alcohols. The rosé, if you know me, I'm not a big rosé fan, but I did give it a try when we was on a boat. which I ended up not having a really great experience on the boat because it got too cold and we couldn't really like finish the whole boat trip. But other than that, it was a really good vibe. It was a really good experience. These is the wines from 2017 until current, and they basically was telling me like how the cultivation process, how they get some of their plants from France and Italy, and they cultivate it there. That in October you'll start seeing like more of the vines like growing. And I'm gonna try to go back in October. This is the view of the winery, and like I said, I got on the boat. When I got on the boat, you'll see me like briefly on the boat. When I got on the boat, it was just like the boat started kind of like getting windy and it started like like almost like it wasn't safe, so we turned around. I went and I did a wine tasting. They also gave me some foods to kind of match with the wine. It was great. The food was really good. It was an overall really good positive experience. There was some black people there. I was trying to get as much as I could and like capture as much as I could with this experience, but overall, my tour guide was amazing. I highly recommend him, and I'm gonna put his information inside of a link inside of here so that you guys can eventually reach if you want to come out here and you want to do this tour. This would be something highly recommended. The food that they offered and the pairing was amazing. The Rocky was crazy. I had took a shot of the Rocky. The Rocky is actually 45 to 50% alcohol, and it had me out. Do you hear me? I mean out. But overall, my experience was amazing, and I actually have been enjoying my time here in Albania, and I will see you guys again next week with an update of Italy.